Ulta Beauty's Fall 21 Days of Beauty is here, and I am so excited to sit down and share with you my recommendations and my personal favorites that you can get half off during the sale. As someone who shops at Ulta Beauty on a regular basis for both my personal needs and for my professional needs and my makeup kit, I'm so excited to be partnering with Ulta Beauty on this video. This is beauty's biggest event, and it's such a great time to stock up on your favorites or discover new items and save a ton of money on them for fall. You can save 50% off select items now through September 16th. So now let's get into what I recommend, and let me share with you my personal favorites. Today, of course, is Saturday, September 9th, and there's still so many more sales to come, but I hope you picked up a lot of good things already since the sale started on August 27th. In fact, there's a couple items that I'm going to be using for this tutorial that were previously on sale, so I hope you picked them up. Now let's get into this makeup look. I have my skin prepped, except I'm going to add a primer today. I'm just feeling like I want a little bit of grip to my makeup, and especially with the product that I'm going to be putting on as my foundation. It is a beautiful product, which you'll see in a moment, but it is very, very hydrating, and I just like to have a little bit of a gripping base when I'm going to use something that is extremely hydrating because I want it to just stay put. So this is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is an incredible dupe for the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and they do sell this at Ulta Beauty as well. So along with everything else I'm using for this makeup look, you can find it at Ulta Beauty. Now, I'm not mentioning any deals that are happening on September 9th today, so that kind of gives you a chance to prep for what you want to pick up, hopefully. But what I want to talk about is on sale on Sunday, September 10th. So tomorrow, this will be 50% off at Ulta Beauty. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked HydroManiac Tinted Moisturizer. This is like great coverage for a tinted moisturizer. Let me actually put it on so you can see what I'm talking about. But extremely, extremely moisturizing. So I'm gonna put this on my palette, and this is actually one of those products that going into colder months like fall, obviously we're going into fall and going into colder weather months, this is when I pull out products like this. Products that have a ton of hydration in them, that give you like that instant like drink of water for your skin, that look really healthy and glowy and hydrating on your skin, but also feel it. Like this actually feels like a drink of water on my skin. So I like products like this, not in the summertime, not when it's hot outside, but when it's actually cool outside and your skin is feeling a little bit more tight, probably a little bit more dry. But even for me, with that skin type, I still get much more dry in the winter and fall months. So in the colder months, I love to bring out products like this because they work best for my skin in those months, like in that time of year. Definitely not in the summertime. That's when you'll find me using products that are much more matte and much more long lasting. Coverage, as you can see, for a tinted moisturizer is really good. Really impressive. I have to say, I was really excited to see this was on sale at Ulta Beauty because it's not a product that I see people talk about a lot. I feel like it's very underrated in a way. I'm actually gonna pump out more because I want a little bit more coverage on my forehead. So I was excited to see that it's gonna be 50% off. So it's normally $33. You can get it on sale for $16.50, and that's a deal. Like that is a great, great deal. So again, if you're looking to switch up your base and save some money going into fall, I definitely suggest you check this one out. I'm gonna pat a little bit on my eyelid, and that's it. Coverage is perfect, feels amazing. And now we are ready to move on to some bronzer. For bronzer, I'm gonna use one of my favorites. This is the Fenty Matchstick in Mocha. This one's just a staple for me. As you may know by now, I love the matchsticks from Fenty. They work so well. So I'm gonna do some light contouring and bronzing all over. To blend out, I'll be using the 107 from BK Beauty. And this has just been a favorite of mine for a long time. It's funny because I have so many bronzers, as you may know by now. I did a whole huge bronzer haul on my channel. And so I have a lot of bronzers that I rotate between and I go back and forth with. But I always find myself grabbing this one from Fenty. It's one of those ones that's like, just a favorite of mine that I know is going to perform great. It's going to wear a long time. It's going to blend on really easy. And I feel like that's kind of the theme for this whole video. It's a lot of my personal favorites that are tried and true for me that I've been using either for at least 10 years. No joke. I'm not even kidding you. Some of these products I've used for 10 years. Not literally. I have new ones sitting here with me, but I've been using them for at least a decade. So they're personal favorites that I just know how they wear. Yeah, they've just always been personal favorites of mine. So I can't wait to share. I have some really great products. I'm just gonna give you a little warning. I have some amazing throwback products that I have just great memories while using. So I can't wait to get to those. They're really fun. In the meantime, let's get the rest of this base on. I'm gonna flip to concealer. I'll be using another product from Fenty. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. I have the shade 210, and I'm gonna put this under my eyes. Now I do like to add this in certain areas that I wanna highlight. So just straight down my nose and a little around my nose, just to brighten this area. Touch on my chin and a touch in between my brows. Just for some highlighting, and then blend out. This concealer is very full coverage, but it doesn't feel heavy on your skin, so I really like that. We're gonna move from complexion for a minute and skip to eyes. I'm really excited for eyes because now this is not an old school favorite. It's not a tried and true product that I've used for the past 10 years like some of the other products I'm gonna show and mention in a second. And I am so excited because these are new favorites of mine. The brand I've known about and I've used for many years at this point. I've used to use their eyeshadow palettes back in the day, like probably like 4, maybe even 5 years ago actually. But they have some incredible products. If you have not heard or used Nabla Cosmetics, you are really missing out. Now, what I saw that they were going to be 50% off. These in particular were 50% off during the sale. These are going to be half off on Tuesday, September 12th, and I could not recommend these more. They're super long lasting. These are basically like a matte eyeshadow stick. So you put them on as an eyeshadow. You can also use them as an eyeliner, which I'm going to use these both ways in this tutorial. But they're super long lasting. They don't smudge. They don't run. They're incredibly pigmented and they're very easy to use. The reason why I think they're really easy to use is because even though they're like a stick, there's somewhat of a smaller pointed applicator. You can kind of like get in there. You can really line your eyes with them, but you can also apply it all over, smudge it out. You just get a lot of versatility with these. So these are normally $18. You can get them half off. They're only $9 on sale on Tuesday. So highly recommend these. Let me show you the colors that I have. I have the shade number 9, Cappuccino. Cappuccino, I'm gonna use all over. And it is a perfect neutral, like think like a deep khaki shade for like every day. So I'm gonna apply this all over my eyelids on the base. Just getting it all over. Since these are long wearing, they do dry down relatively quickly, but you still have a good amount of time to play with them and kind of work with them and blend them out. So especially if you're like me and you have more oily eyelids, you definitely have a little more playtime because they're not going onto like a dry area of your skin. But if you do have drier skin on your eyes, especially, just make sure you're doing one eye at a time. That way you have like the ultimate time to blend it out and get the look that you're wanting to create. So I'm just gonna pat this in and blend out the edge with an A501 brush from BK Beauty. What I also love to do is either use them alone as an eyeshadow just for, you know, just one and done kind of a look. Very easy, very simple. But I also love these as an eyeshadow base, like a primer to put powder eyeshadows on top. They work incredibly well both ways. Pull this out towards the temple and then blend out this side. Again, just starting with a tapping motion and then blending into the crease. Now, I want to mention if you are not an Ulta Beauty member, you have to sign up. Just do it. Trust me. If you ever shop at Ulta Beauty, sign up to be a rewards member because you earn points on every single dollar that you spend. And trust me, I speak from experience that they add up very quickly and it is very beneficial to be a member. Okay, so blended that out. Now I'm gonna layer a couple of these. I'm gonna go in now with number 5 in the same formula and just put this again on the base of my eyes, close to my lash line, and a little bit in the outer corner of the crease. And let's switch to a smaller brush. Let's use an A502 to blend out this part, also from BK Beauty. Now I'm going to switch to the lightest shade that I have, and that is the shade number 1, Nude. So Nude, I like to put more in the inner part of my eyelid. They're so layerable, like you can build them up, you can wear them just, you know, one layer all over and be done. But you just get so much versatility with these. That's why I love them so much. They're just easy, and they really let you do so many different things with them. So I'm just going for a very soft, monochromatic look to my eyes. Very fall. Very latte-like too, you know, which is also very fall. Feels very fall. Now switching to the last color from Nabla Cosmetics, this is just black. This is an incredibly richly pigmented black. Like this is like, if you wanted like an instant quick smoky eye, you just grab this, you run it all along the top, bottom, blend it out, put a brown shadow in the crease, some lashes, you're done. Like it's like such an instant smoky eye. I'm going to use this very, very lightly because I have another black eyeliner that I'm going to go in with in a second. That is another personal favorite that I've been using for a long time. That's also on sale, but let me just get this on real quick. I'm just going to add really the smallest bit. And I'm tightlining the outer corner of the eye. Now before this has a chance to completely dry down, which it will very quickly, I'm going to go in really quick and just blend it out and soften it. And then we're going to go over it with a liquid liner. Okay, now we're going to jump back to something that's on sale September 10th. This is one of my other old school favorites. I've been using this for a really long time. If you have not tried the liquid eyeliners from Benefit, again, you're really missing out. And I highly recommend, if you are a liquid eyeliner fan, if it's something that you are good at or that you just gravitate towards, if you have not tried the Benefit ones, they're some of the best formulas I think on the market for liquid liners. I've been using them for years and years in my professional makeup kit and on myself. This one does not move. Like if you want a liquid eyeliner that just doesn't budge, like if you have oily eyelids, if you have hooded eyes, whatever it is, if you want something that does not move, you have to try this one. This is half off on Sunday, September 10th. It is such a good deal. Now there's a few other options you can choose from. This one happens to be my personal favorite because it just doesn't move. So depending on which one you get, they're between $11 and $12 the sale price, which is incredible for a liquid eyeliner. So let's do a classic cat eye. Now I need to take some time to concentrate on this one because with this one, once it's on, it doesn't move like I said. So you really have to like slow it down, make sure you get the angle right and all those things. So if I'm quiet during this part, please forgive me. The other thing that's really great about this one in particular is the brush. The brush is so fine. It's so thin and tapered. You can really get either a super thin, very delicate wing, or you can go in and layer it and get a nice, like thick, more dramatic wing. So you really get the best of both worlds with this one. One eye is done. We can take a deep breath and move on to the second eye. Okay, I messed up just a touch, so I'm going to clean up this little edge. There's just nothing like a pointed Q-tip to the rescue with liner. Okay, the fun does not stop with that liquid liner. I have a throwback product that still, to me, in my opinion, tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if you agree with me, I believe these stand the test of time. I've been using these for 15 years. Like maybe, no, about 15 years. I won't get too dramatic. Like 15 years I've been using these. If you have not used these, you, again, are missing out. They're half off. They're online only for this sale. But it's 50% off on Wednesday, September 13th. Now, these are incredible. These are the Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow from Stila. The shade that I'm about to show you, I can't stop smiling because when I purchased this, I just brought back so many great memories of doing makeup with like my friends, like doing weddings and just doing like special occasion makeup. So I had to pick this up. This is the shade Kitten Karma. Kitten Karma back in the day was, you wouldn't find me without it. I had one for myself. I had one in my makeup kit that I used professionally, like I said, for special occasion makeup. And it was just, it was a crowd pleaser. Everyone loved and looked phenomenal in Kitten Karma. So I'm not gonna just swipe this all over my eyelid. I wanna use it a little more light-handed. So what I'm gonna do is just take whatever's on this little brush, this little doe foot, and kind of scrape it off and just use it in a different way that I'm used to using it. Back in the day, like I said, I used to just take it, go swipe it across my eyelids, and the more I could get on my eyelids, the better. And it's so funny. It was such a great time in makeup. Without further ado, let's put this on and let's enjoy this throwback together. Now these are a liquid shadow. They go on liquid, of course. They dry down. And once they are dry, forget about it. They're not gonna go anywhere. They're just amazing. And this is why I'm telling you they have stood the test of time, and why I'm assuming, more people other than just me are buying this, because it's just a great formula. It's just so pretty. Like I said, I'm going more light-handed with this application of it. Trying to make it a little bit more daytime appropriate, I guess you could say. But if you pick this up during the sale, you have to. If you do looks and you post them, you have to tag me just so I can see, because I would love to see the looks you create with this product, with any products, but especially with this one. It's just so fun. Beautiful. It's just like so, it's such a gorgeous glitter that it gives. And again, you know, I'm using it like more sparingly, a lot more sparingly than I normally would. But just know, if you want to go full out, full glam with it, you can apply it way more intense than I am right now. Just so pretty, so pretty. Even if you just use a touch of it in like the tear duct or in the center of your eyelid, it's just so pretty. So half off at Ulta Beauty, Kitten Karma. This is on Wednesday, September 13th. Don't forget to pick this up online. Now that that is on, we can move on to mascara. I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. And I've already pre-curled my lashes, so I'm just going to go straight in with this. Okay, now I'm gonna move on and set my under eyes with the Fenty Beauty Loose Powder. This is the Pro Filter Loose Powder, and it's an instant retouch setting powder. They also carry this at Ulta Beauty, don't worry. I have the shade Butter. I picked this up just recently for my full face of Fenty Beauty. We're gonna use this to set our under eyes and lock that in. This does give a very blurred finish to your makeup. So wherever you apply this, definitely gives you a very smooth, retouched look to your skin. I mean, look at that. Look at the difference between this under eye and this cheek area, between this one and this one. And if you know me, you know I'm a powder girl. I love to lock in my powder under my eyes. If I don't, I experience just really bad creasing with my concealer, no matter what the formula. I'm gonna do a little bit extra along the side of my nose. And then with whatever's left over in the palm of my hand, I'm gonna set my T-zone. Like I mentioned previously, that Urban Decay Tinted Moisturizer is extremely hydrating, so it's therefore like extremely glowy, and I love that. I love the feeling, especially like I said, going into colder months, but I still want to lock it in enough so it doesn't move. And so just a little bit of powder in the T-zone, and any areas that I know I do produce more oil throughout the day, I like to focus the powder in that area. But then the rest, like the outskirts of my face, like the side of my cheek, top of my forehead, I like to leave nice and glowy and get that healthy glowy look. I'm very, very excited for this next product. So this is going to be on sale the final day, which is Saturday, September 16th. All MAC blushes. If you know me, you know I used to be a MAC girl. I worked at MAC for a long time, years and years ago. And when I worked at MAC, this was my all-time, it still is one of my all-time favorite blushes. MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade Warm Salt. I was always recommending this on my clients, not only as like a blush to wear alone, but as like a blush topper. I know, it's kind of like the finish this gives is, well, back when I used to work at MAC, they didn't have the Hourglass ambient lighting powders. They didn't have that. Was Hourglass around? I don't remember. I didn't use it if it was. But it has that similar finish, that very like soft focus, airbrush kind of finish. So I was obsessed with these, and I still am to this day. I still have this in my makeup kit. I will always have this shade in my makeup kit. It's actually the only MAC blush that I carry around on a regular basis in my pro kit, which says a lot. And it's one blush that I always will have in like my personal possession. I'll stop talking about it now, but I love this blush. So let me show you what Warm Salt looks like on. It's very natural. Now, one way I like to wear is either by itself, so you get that just more like natural flush of color, but I actually really want to show you how beautiful it looks on top of Teddy. Teddy from Persona Cosmetics. This is a cream blush. And again, if you know me and you're familiar with my channel and you're not new here, you know my love for the Persona Cosmetics cream blushes. Now, it wouldn't be right if I didn't mention that these actually were on sale. They were half off on September 4th. I know you're catching this video on September 9th, so I'm hoping that you caught these while they were on sale on September 4th, because they were half off, which is an incredible deal, but these were half off online only. So it just feels right. I just have to show you. I have to show you how good Teddy with Warm Salt is. Now, this is actually another combo that I use in particular on a couple of my clients that I work on regularly, and it's like, you know, like the emoji, like the, what's the emoji? Or like the chef's kiss emoji, like the, you know, that's what it is. I'm gonna apply Teddy first, because that's how you would want to layer these two in combination. I'm gonna apply it with a BK Beauty A507. I'm gonna get a good amount on my brush, and with this eye combo, it's just gonna be, it's like a very signature Nikki look, but it just felt right. There were so many of my old school personal favorites that like are tried and true that I've loved for years and years that are on sale during this time. So I just had to make it more of like a kind of like a throwback video in a way. Okay, look at Teddy. Look at how beautiful Teddy is. It's stunning. It's just stunning. They just did, I have to stop myself from talking more about these. They're amazing. So now that we have Teddy from Persona Cosmetics on, we're gonna go in with a bigger brush because I want like a really soft, natural application of this to just kind of glide on top. I'm gonna apply my Warm Soul from MAC with the BK Beauty 104 brush. This is a big brush. I usually use this for bronzer, but it's also great for just applying a soft amount of blush. Just so good. They don't go out of style to me. So I'm gonna pat this right on top and just layer these two together. They're just a perfect combo, but you can wear Warm Soul alone too. You don't have to wear it on top of a cream blush. But again, half off on the last day, September 16th. Don't miss this one. I'm telling you, don't miss out on the MAC blushes. With whatever's left over, I'm gonna sweep it across my nose and a little bit on my forehead. So I'm gonna layer my natural chocolate bronzer, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, on top of my Fenty matchstick. So taking this, and I'm gonna grab an even bigger BK Beauty brush. This is the 103. Again, the bigger the brush, the softer application. Just keep that in mind. I want a very soft amount of this bronzer just to set the high point of my forehead. Now, pro tip, and if you're not afraid to get makeup in your hair, if you really pull your hair back and you work that powder bronzer into the hairline so you don't have any separation of where it starts and where it stops. This is something that I just don't ever skip. You don't always see me pull my hair back aggressively on camera like I just did, but in case you're wondering what it looks like to really get this in there and to really blend it on, this is kind of what it takes. But for my blondes out there, stay away from this. Just gonna sweep a little bit under my nose, a little under my jawline. There's hardly anything left on my brush. And now, just when you thought we were getting there, we're not. We're gonna go back to the Nabla shadow sticks. I'm gonna take that shade Cappuccino and just run this on my bottom lash line. This just wouldn't be a makeup look of mine if I didn't do any shadow on the bottom lash line. So it's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna blend it out with that BK Beauty brush one more time. And since this is going on top of set concealer, like powdered concealer, you wanna work really quickly to blend this out because you're not gonna have as much playtime. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of nude and just layer that on top. Switch to a pencil brush and just soften that line. Just kind of melt it into the concealer. I'm gonna go back to that Fenty Hella Thick Mascara and just take a very, very small amount. I'm just gonna wipe off the excess actually and just coat the outer bottom lashes. So I'm not going all the way in, just a little bit. Now moving on to lip, I have such a beautiful lip combo that I am so excited about. One of them is going to be on sale. They're half off on Monday, September 11th. So jumping back to Monday, September 11th. These are the KVD Everlasting Hyper Lightweight Liquid Lipstick. These are vegan. They are a liquid lipstick, okay? But don't be afraid. Like it says, it's hyper light. These do not feel like pretty much anything on your lips. Like you'll feel something. Obviously you have a lip product on your lips, but compared to like other more thick formulas and liquid lipsticks, these actually feel like nothing. And I've actually never had this shade, but I've always wanted it. So I was excited to pick it up for this video. This is the shade Pale Harlequin number 12. I'm gonna pair this with another MAC favorite. Just gonna bring it back to another old school favorite. I'm gonna first put on Oak from MAC Cosmetics to pair with this. So let's do Oak first, which is a staple of mine. And then taking my fingertip and gently diffuse the line, soften it. Oak is one of those lip liners that pretty much goes with anything. Goes with pinky tones, goes with peachy tones. Obviously it goes incredible with nudes. It goes great with just like a sheer gloss on top as well. So now let's get into the KVD Beauty Everlasting Lipstick. These are normally $23. They're gonna be on sale Monday, September 11th, like I said, for $11.50. $11.50. What a deal. So pretty. So they glide on really easy. Obviously they go on wet, but then once they're dry, they are locked in. Like you can eat, drink, you know, not touch it up basically. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, we're gonna let this dry down. To complete this look, I do want to add just a touch of gloss. This is also something that they carry at Ulta Beauty. This is the Fenty Glow Heat Gloss Bomb in 03, the shade 03. So this is pretty much dry. I'm just gonna add a touch just to the center, so a little extra shine. And yeah, this is a great tip too. So if you're someone who's afraid to wear a liquid lipstick because you think they might be uncomfortable or feel really dry or heavy on your lips, but you want something that's gonna be long lasting, like let's say you're working all day and you don't have time to touch up your lip, don't worry. This is a great way to wear a long lasting lip color. Just put a touch of gloss in the center. That's really the only place you need it. and it will stay put still through so much eating, drinking, talking, whatever you're doing. So don't be afraid to like utilize those liquid lipsticks as a base and then put your gloss on top, and then you have a really long lasting combo. This was also previously in one of the 50% off daily deals, so hopefully you picked it up before this video. This is the MAC Fix Plus Stay Over Alcohol Free Long Lasting Setting Spray. I'm almost out of this one. I should have picked up another one. This was a great deal. It was 50% off. Hope you caught it, but this is just one of my favorite setting sprays from MAC, and just in general, I love this setting spray. So I'm going to use this to set my makeup look that I'm feeling very nostalgic over, and hopefully you are too in some way. And that is the final step in this makeup look, using so many of my tried and true favorites from Ulta Beauty. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. This is one of my favorites, and I got to use so many of my like tried and true old school favorites I've been using for years. Don't forget, you can pick these up either online or in store during Ulta Beauty's Fall 21 Days of Beauty. And big thank you to Ulta Beauty for sponsoring this video, and big thank you to you for watching it. Make sure you leave me a comment. I want to hear what you pick up, what you plan on getting, what you're most excited about. So leave me a comment below. I cannot wait to hear what you pick up. Can't wait to see you in the next video, and until then, bye.